been getting paid, I've been getting way. Tell me all your secrets, I'ma take them to the grave. I ain't gonna lie, I don't wanna wait. We can book a flight out later today. Where'd you wanna go? Where'd you wanna stay? We was in the shadow, now we're coming out to play. Anything you need, you just gotta say, baby girl, come roll with the sugar daddy.
Girl, you look good, I don't wanna lie. You know I wanna fuck, but I don't wanna try. I'll take you to Dubai, put you in the sky. Money on a plate, girl, I know you wanna ride. I'll make you feel nice, get a little high. But if I'm on the grind, then I probably won't reply. I'm the type of guy, bitches on the side. I'ma spend the money, we can spend a little time. All you gotta do is ask me, and I can make you look classy. Second that you walk past me, I turned the whip around, I had to get you in my backseat. They call me Mr. Plenty, plenty. Check the leather on the Bentley. Show your friends will get friendly. Maybe I could be your sugar daddy, yeah.
Cause I'm all about the money, money. Maybe I could be a sugar daddy, daddy, yeah. I ain't in a hurry, hurry.
Hello. No intro. Going straight into the topic. Andrew Tate. Still in prison after how many days now? Let's do the maths. When was he arrested? Let's do the quick wrong person. React. Here we go. Mr. Producing live on one second. Here we go. When was Tate arrested? 6th of January. No, this was before. I'm pretty sure it happened during Christmas or after Christmas. Anyways, who cares? He's been in jail. He's been in jail for quite a while now. And since he's been in jail, quite a lot of things has been said about him. Quite a lot of things. Like, he can't even defend himself. So I'm here as a judge, Andrew. See, has Andrew done the things he's been accused of? Right now, he's been accused of rape, because you can't say the R word on YouTube, so you have to say grape. That's the world we live in right now. YouTube is more censored than actual television. Like the watershed hours, I've already been past. I should be able to say what I want to say, but never mind. I'm rambling. So Tate has been accused of doing things to a couple women. Like, there's been six, not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but this many alleged victims. Funny enough, 2 of the alleged victims have come out and say on the BBC that they aren't victims. They're actually very good friends with Tate. So let's quickly check that out. This is the BBC's report. The Romanians are saying we are victims. Yet now have 4 women have come back to refute this. Romania under pressure now. Under the world's magnifying glass, they're screwed up by having a Hollywood movie star arrest. These charges are no evidence or backing. This isn't even the fucking article. Andrew Tate, BBC victims. Oh, thank you, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's quickly watch what they have to say.
I've never seen any of them being aggressive.
I'm guessing Andrew must have paid for the nose jobs and sent them to the same doctor, because they have exactly the same nose. But I digress.
Or rude. They've always respected people. They started from zero. They lived in a shelter with their mom, and they had no food. They had no money.
Now listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
Yeah, you can tell Andrew Tate has coached these girls well. Like, she knows his entire backstory, his entire life. So like, she probably knows, even though he's in prison, she probably knows what he's had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in prison. Like, she's his #1 fan, and she's being called a victim. Anyways, let's keep watching.
Amenințată?
Nu. N-am fost niciodată. Dacă eram amenințată, automat nu mai eram.
Yeah, this one doesn't even speak English, so I'm not gonna read the subtitles. You guys have eyes, you can read the subtitles yourself. Jeez.
Idiotă să stau în casa asta. Spuneau că fetele care veneau la ei acasă erau intimidate de securitate.
I will say, I know you live in Romania, but still, Tate, you have to diversify your portfolio when it comes to women. All I'm saying is, I know you love the snow, but still you're half black at least. That's some sauce, bro. That's some barbecue sauce. Not me.
cu arme. Eu pot spun că niciodată cei de la securitate n-au intimidat pe nimeni, nu au arme la vedere, nu sunt puși acolo să intimideze fete sau să întâmple alte lucruri.
But it's written Tate.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. In the Vice documentary we're gonna react to in a little while, it says Tate forces women to get tattoos of him. That's complete bullshit. You can't force anyone to get a tattoo of you. They choose to get a tattoo of you. They show loyalty or just to do it. But let's be honest, they all do this for money. If Tate was a brokey, they wouldn't know my man. Who, like freaking Blueface has girls tattooing shit on their face for him, and he's freaking Blueface. Where is it? Anyways, Blueface is an American rapper. He has his own reality TV show, and on the reality TV show is essentially just a bunch of girls competing for his love. It's like somehow an even more ghetto version of Flavor of Love. And one of the competitions, the girls have to essentially get a tattoo of him any part of the body they want to. And I'm trying to find the fucking video, bruv, to show you if that was a case, if that was a crime that trying to allege Andrew committed, then most rappers would be guilty of the crime. Literally, one of my favorite R&B singers called Brent Faiyaz literally has a lyric saying, "You know she's one of mine when she tattoos that ass." Like, that's not a crime, bruv. That's just branding, bruv. That's one of my hoes. She'll always be one of my hoes. Anyways, let me find a Blueface doc real quick. Blueface doc. Oh my god. Mr. Producer is not Mr. Producer. No, Blueface doc. Girls. No, not this. No, my god, not this Christian rock bitch. Fucking sounds like fucking. Yeah. Anyway, back to the original point.
Why?
I have lots of tattoos,
Tattoos.
different ones. The Harry Potter tattoo.
I want to get a tattoo, guys. I want to get a tattoo. But the thing is, I'm African. I want to get a tattoo here because I got loads of stretch marks. You guys can't see, but anyways, I want to get a tattoo right here, right my arm. But the thing is, if I walk into this house, a tattoo, visibly, my mom sees it. I'm 25. I'm of legal age. I'm a fully independent person, but I'm somehow still gonna get deported with my ass beaten badly. So the tattoo is gonna get put on hold just for a little while, just until my parents are no longer alive. And even then, they're probably looking down at me. What the fuck do you think you're doing, boy?
The moon and the sun.
Am pe mâna stângă tatuajul ăsta care scrie Tate Girl, pe
Da.
care l-am
Okay, they can stop talking. Essentially, 4 different women have 6 women or supposed alleged victims. 4 of the 6 women have come out and say, nah, we're not victims. These are the latest 2. The original 2 were once again, let me try and find them. Oh my god. 2 victims. Okay. Now, can I find a video about it?
So in the last 20
Bruv, no one cares. Shut up. They're here for me, not for you.
Andrew and Tristan through the whole situation. So I'm pretty annoyed and upset
the account, everybody, and before this
Bruv.
on social media.
Bruv.
after the first raid in April last
So these are the initial 2 women who came out and said, yo, we aren't victims. This is the one from like Romanian CNN.
year. We gave our statement in which clearly we said we weren't the victims. It wasn't
Let's say that one more time.
in 9 months after the first raid in April last year. We gave our statement in which clearly we said we weren't the victims.
Let's say it again, but in slow motion. Just for the Tate, just in slow motion.
In which clearly we said we weren't the victims.
The victims, they weren't the victims at all. Bullshit.
It wasn't
As you can tell, I'm a very impartial witness.
until a couple of days ago, I think. Yeah, a couple of days ago that we found out about the whole situation. So I'm pretty annoyed and upset, and I don't understand why this is happening.
Okay, just a second, because I have to.
Don't worry, lady. I'll tell you why this is happening. Actually, this reporter can say why she thinks this isn't happening. Why this is happening. Quickly, yeah, boom. I'll get my links ready, guys. Don't worry. So this is Adiana. I'm not going to try to pronounce this last name. She's a Romanian journalist. That she was on Romanian CNN. I know. I'm asking her about the Andrew Tate case, about the previous raid he had back in April, and the current raid now, where they took all his stuff on his cars, and the reason why he's been in prison for alleged sex trafficking and money laundering. She had a very interesting point about the American justice system, about how is this all things actually a red herring just to get Tate on into US soil so you can get fucked by the US justice system. So and she's not even a Tate fan. She's been doing this for a while, so she's pretty impartial. Unlike me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm fully biased. I am fully on top G's dick.
Adina Angelescu is a Romanian investigative journalist with over 30 years experience. She has a law degree.
Yeah, 30 years experience. So she's like me, some guy who has 2 days worth of human experience. So as you can tell, I'm not a journalist, so I'm all over the place. But she's on her P's and Q's.
And is specialized in the niche of justice topics.
I was gonna say smash, but nah, she's not my type.
Adina, you have information about the fact that this case file has been rekindled due to 2 complaints from which one of them belongs to an American girl. But this American girl...
Essentially, this whole thing started off because an American girl was invited to Bucharest by Tristan Tate. Because she didn't want to live in America anymore. Apparently, it was boring. So he invites her over to the place. And the thing is, this girl didn't look how she looked like in the pictures. So she wasn't touched by any of the brothers. This is from Andrew Tate's assistant. So she's dancing, having a nice gay old times, taking pictures, twerking, all that good shit. So she takes a picture. No, she grabs her phone, records, puts on Instagram, like, you know, how girls do. They love recording every single thing. This girl, she has a boyfriend. I guess in the Tate's new or didn't know, I don't know. Either way, the boyfriend played in pretty much the quintessential role for the reason why all of this is happening. So he sees his girls. Actually, no, the boyfriend is also a fan of the Tate. So he sees his girlfriend dancing in a place that looks like the Tate's brother's house. So he calls her like, "Yeah, where are you? I just peeped your Instagram. You're at the Tate brother's house." She was like, I never know how I got here. Like, no, I'm with the Tate brothers, but they won't let me go. I have to go. Bye. So this guy sees his girl on Instagram having the time of her life, calls her up and asks her why she's there. First of all, the fact he was able to call her up shows that her story of her not being able to leave or not able to go makes no sense. How can someone human traffic you, but yet still give you full autonomy of your phone? The first thing they do is take away your phone. That makes 0 sense. But the boyfriend, being the dumbass he is, calls the American embassy. Was like, "Yeah, Beth, sorry, I can't do an American accent, so fuck you. Hey, hi girls, I'm American. Yeah, my girlfriend, she like got kidnapped and shit. Like, could you like get out for me, please?" So that's the U.S. embassy, obviously, because she's an American in Romanian, so who was allegedly kidnapped. So they have to take the accusation seriously. They call a SWAT team, and the Tate brothers get swatted. The girl isn't there. She's long gone. She's long gone all the way back to America. The Tate brothers get raided. They show the SWAT team CCTV of the girl taking pizza orders, going outside to take the pizza order, then coming back inside. to have more fun and dance and twerking, which makes no sense. If you are kidnapped and human trafficked, the second you get a sliver of daylight to escape, you run. You don't go back into your captives. Anyways, let me stop. I need to save my voice for when I watch the Vice. Look.
Girl didn't look so poor in America, as you have told me, that she actually attended a conference where Cobra Tate was speaking.
She was a fan. This girl was a fan of Tate, bruv. She was a fan. She loved my man.
And paid $7,500.
Well, she wasn't a broke fan. Jeez.
Yes, from the information that I have gathered until now, and to make myself clear, to me, taking into account that I have seen many criminal case files until now, this case looks like a...
Why do all these guys just look over it? Like, they both look sleepy. Is this guy half dead or was he asleep? I understand. He looks like Romanian Boris Johnson. Fucking hell.
Broken pot and actually cannot hold water. Why do I say this? Let's take into account, yes, from the information that I have gathered until now, and to make myself clear, to me, taking into account that I have seen many criminal case files.
Many criminal case files. She's let you know her background. Like, she's not some average though. She's been doing this for years. So what she says holds weight. Holds weight. Unlike Lasanabi or H3. She's been from experience.
Until now, this case looks like a broken pot.
A broken what? A broken pot. It holds no water. It holds no fucking water.
And actually cannot hold
under the slightest pressure, it will crumble. Straight up, G.
Water. Why do I say this? Let's talk about the rape charges.
Please don't demonetize me. Susan blah 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 blah. It wasn't me, it was her. She said it, not me.
The criminal file. The only preliminary complaint file belongs to the girl from the Republic of Moldova, not the...
Yeah, there's two girls. The first one I just talked about was from America. The second one was from Moldova back in... Actually, I don't know much about her, so... Tell me about...
...on the United States, who said she was raped in March 2022.
Oh, easy on the R word. On the R word. Jeez, fuck, yeah.
Allegedly raped.
Allegedly.
That means raped before the first search warrant was carried out?
Haram!
Exactly. This specific date emerges from the
We don't condone that behavior here, bruv.
judge's reasoning report, if I remember correctly, the 16th of March. Now, I ask myself, like you said yourself, when was this complaint made? So if the complaint made by the girl from the Republic of Moldova was filed in April, how come the Tate brothers were named defendant in the case on the 29th of December and were arrested on the 30th of December? Now,
So she said it doesn't make sense. If she reported them back ages ago, why would they name defendants? Meaning they were just simply witnesses of the crime. They weren't charged or being accused of anything. She essentially trying to imply this more nefarious intent behind all of this. This is just nothing more than a Trojan horse. Well, let's keep watching.
Now, about the other woman from the United States. From my information, she's the one that actually wrote to Andrew Tate on WhatsApp and told him that she's fed up with America.
She was the one who initiated the whole thing. She wanted to come to America. He never asked her to go. So she wanted to come to Romania. He never asked her to come to Romania. She wanted it. And she had a boyfriend all this time, and she still wanted to leave. Fuck, 0 ratings. Imagine having a girl and she wanted to just leave you and leave the country because your dick is that dead. Fuck, you could, if you were dicking her down properly, she wouldn't even leave the house. Talk us the fucking country.
And really wants to fly out to him to Romania.
She wants to be the top G, the top bloke, the top striker, the one and only Andrew fucking Tate. Top J. Perspicacity.
And Tate asked her several times if she's sure she wants to do that.
He literally asked her multiple times, like, yeah, are you sure you want to do this? She's like, yeah, I'm sure. I want to be the top G. He's like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. My boyfriend, his penis is very small. Like, it doesn't make me feel good at all. Like, I know your penis will make me feel good. Because you're the top G. Yeah, that's right. I am the top G, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, fine. Plane ticket booked, bitch. Get your ass on the plane.
After this, he paid for her
Top J.
flight ticket. Now, from the information I have gathered from judicial sources, she would have met Tate because she attended a conference held by him in the United States.
Bro, this girl was a fucking fan. Jesus Christ. She was doing scouting work before she left for America to go to Romania. Jesus Christ.
States, which is quite expensive, around $7,000, where he
There's one thing I know about Tate's. I've been watching him for essentially over a year now. If you want to see my man in person, you better be getting paid because he's not working for free, bruv.
gives advice on how you can make money, businesses very quickly. Now, after a while, so the girl came to Romania. I mean the woman. We're not talking about a minor here.
Exactly, she's not a child. Like, one of the allegations was that he manipulated women into coming there. I'm sorry. This might be a little bit controversial, so trigger warning for anyone. If you're an adult, not even female, just an adult in general, I'm not trying to hear about who got manipulated into doing anything. It was your choice to do it, bruv. I remember my first ever job in the UK. I think it was like 19. I worked for Shake Shack. I interviewed for the position, obviously, as you would do to get a job. And in the job description, compared to what I did when I got the job, were two different things. What they told me I was going to do and what I actually did weren't aligned at all. I think I call the place and complain, yeah, fucking Shake Shack manipulated me into working. No. Yeah, I'm talking like completely from me off.
She contacted her ex-boyfriend after some time and told him to file a complaint with the American embassy because she was deprived of liberty. So here I have some questions. She contacted him by phone, so she had access to call 112 emergency services.
Essentially, she's saying what I just said previously. Like, if you were held captive against your will and you still have access to a phone, why don't you just call the police? I have people in my family who've literally been trafficked. I'm not joking, I literally have. The first thing they did was take away their phone. They don't know where they are. They can't contact anyone. They're done. That's been human trafficked. You know, human trafficked, if you have access to a phone with cell service, you can come and go as you please. That makes absolutely zero sense. But anyways, I can't speak for the girl. Maybe Tate hypnotized her. Like, R. Kelly was accused of hypnotizing the girl, so.
My mind's telling me no.
Okay, stop.
Access to a phone or to a computer, that's quite clear. So if she was able to contact her ex-boyfriend, why didn't she call 112 emergency services or send a direct message to the local authorities stating she was deprived of liberty?
Exactly, it makes no sense. Anyways,
what type of deprivation of liberty is this?
Now listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
Yo, I'm sorry, but she's spinning fast right now. Just give her Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
Spitting the hot fire.
With all the possibilities.
And she's not even a Tate fan. She's just an independent journalist doing a job. She seeks the truth, and the truth is this case doesn't add up. It doesn't smell right.
The question that I ask myself as an investigative journalist.
Investigative journalist. That's why I'm investigative Sultan.
Same time, Adina, yes. You are confirming also from my information that there was another girl named Anna who lives in Popeș-le-Ordeni, where a search warrant was carried out in April. The Tate brothers made all the payments through her for all their companies. This girl doesn't appear in the case file anymore. No other search warrants were carried out at her place. The case file doesn't go further than human trafficking, doesn't go further into investigating other businesses, doesn't go forward to find out if you are speaking about tax evasion as well, or what they were doing here in Romania. It only follows the path of video chat and these girls. Yes, the prosecutor's office doesn't have in the detaining report other offenses like an economic offense. There's no talk about tax evasion or money laundering.
Money laundering was one of the cases, and tax evasion. Okay, let me just tell you something about tax evasion. I hate paying taxes. I will never get on anyone, even the people I hate, on evading taxes. If I could evade taxes, I would evade taxes. Like, let's go back to my previous statement about my first ever job. Remember my first ever paycheck? I got so excited, like, yay! This many years, after all these weeks and days of working in this fucking awful job, talking to these fucking awful people, I'm finally gonna get my wages. I get my paycheck here. No, pay slip, because it's done online. I see how much I've made through the 4 weeks, how much I actually got paid. Bruv, I became a Tory real quick, bruv, I'm sorry.
That is why I say that
Brexit, bruv, fuck the EU, bruv, I don't care.
these crimes of human trafficking and the alleged rape are only a cover-up
Let's go back, because this is getting juicy.
carried out in April.
Getting juicy, yeah.
The Tate brothers made all the payments through her for all their companies.
The Tate brothers, especially Andrew Tate, has gone on multiple podcasts and says he doesn't own anything. Everything he allegedly owns, is been allowed, is borrowed to him by a very good friend. So I'm guessing the good friend is the girl who was the intermediary between his purchases and him. So that means if any of his assets get taken, any of his assets can't be taken, they'll take hers. So nothing will be traced back to him.
This girl doesn't appear in the case file anymore. No other search warrants were carried out at her place. The case file doesn't go further than human trafficking, doesn't go further into investigating other businesses, doesn't go forward to find out if you are speaking about tax evasion as well, or what they were doing here in Romania. It only follows the path of video chat and these girls. Yes, the prosecutor's office doesn't have in the detaining report other offenses like an economic offense. There's no talk about tax evasion or money laundering. That is why I say that these crimes of human trafficking and the alleged rape are only a cover-up. But behind this there is another purpose for all of this investigation.
A cover-up for what? What would they be covering up? For who? For what reason? Let's just quickly take a quick intermission from that. Andrew Tate killed me. Let's just quickly watch
quite a few warnings, and I'm now at the point where I actually truly believe they're going to try and kill me.
So you've had messages from people.
This imprisonment is the second warning. One more warning. He's done, man.
Trying to control
Imagine
you,
a world
who
without
you
a PUBG.
think would
I
kill
don't want to
you.
live no more.
I understand that you get 3 strikes in this game. Strike 1 is they try and shut you up and discredit you, which I've just been through. Strike 2 is they try and put you in jail for no.
Well, he's currently in jail for nothing more than word of mouth. Nothing more. Like, the funny thing is, he's been remaining in prison for let's say 3 weeks now. 3 weeks now. He's yet to be charged at all. If this was the UK or America, they can't keep it that long unless they charge you, especially when someone this high profile. It wouldn't happen. See, that's the issue between living in a corrupt country. Like, it benefits you until it doesn't.
No reason. And strike 3 is they kill you.
And when it doesn't benefit you, oh my god, they fuck you. Like right now, all his cars, all his 30 cars, his Bugatti, the famous Tate Bugatti. Yes, you see this famous Tate car. Yeah, what color is your Bugatti? Yeah, this shit is gone. Yeah, they've taken his car, all his cars, taken every single one of them. Where is it? Every single one of his cars been repoed. It just shows you, like, you really truly own nothing in this world. Everything you work for can easily be taken.
În curtea fraților Tate
Report the
au mai rămas
Lamborghini.
2 mașini de lux.
Yeah, I know enough about cars, so if I mistake car brands, just eat a dick, brother.
Platformele au făcut mai multe drumuri, așa cum am observat.
That's
Asta
obviously
pentru
a
că
Porsche,
este
come on
un
now.
număr foarte mare de mașini de lux care au
Bruh, the Romanians all have the same nose. I don't understand.
fost puse sub sechestru. Asta după ce
Oh my
Tribunalul
god, that's Bumblebee.
București a respins miercuri cererea asupra bunurilor lor. Dar și 10 imobile, vorbim de
Okay, they didn't take the Lada. Guess they only taking the supercars. The cheap cars they can stay, but the supercars, yeah, the Romanian government asked to check if any drugs or paraphernalias in them, just in case.
de case și terenuri, iar lista autoturismelor de lux
Damn, they haven't weighing shiesties in fucking Romania. Goddamn, who shiesties influences on match?
a procurorilor
BMW.
DICOT ridicate de procurorii DICOT de la frații Tate este una impresionantă. Vorbim despre 2 BMW-uri, 3 autoturisme Porsche, 2 Ferrari, un
Zero drip between all of them. Jesus Christ.
Aston Martin, un McLaren, un Lamborghini.
They've taken Aston Martin and McLaren. You know how expensive those cars are. You know how hard you have to work to get those cars and everything just like that taken away from you. Off of a mere accusation. Scary.
Un
Scary
Rolls
times.
Royce și 5 mașini Mercedes. Dacă judecătorul va
Okay, that's. Don't tell me. That's. Bruh, a Maybach. Am I right? Is it Maybach? Bruh, please. What does a Maybach look like, bruh? Did I ever spell that shit right? Is that Maybach? I think it was a Maybach. Yeah, I got it right, bro. Gee, I see. I guess I know more and more cars than I gave myself credit for.
condamna pe cei 2 frați, atunci mașinile acestea de lux vor fi scoase la licitație.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Tate,
fuck yeah, as you can see, they're taking pretty much all of his cars. Okay, let's finish watching this. Tate prophesizing his demise.
And
It's like almost like he knew this was gonna happen. Like he's a very wise guy.
one of my strikes is now gone, and I now firmly believe that they're going to try and kill me because they want me to be quiet, and I'm not being quiet.
Let me just have a quick full screen. I'll give my full opinion on do I think Tate actually did this. Okay, let me say this. Tate, before he became Mr. Viral, the most Googled man on the planet, definitely lived a less than savory lifestyle. Like it said so himself. One of the movies everyone should watch if you're planning on being a criminal is American Gangster by Denzel Washington. Why? Because it shows you if you're gonna commit a crime, especially a massive crime, which is gonna lead you to make quite a bit of money, is don't draw attention to yourself at all. So with that logic, I'm saying is if Tate was committing these heinous human trafficking crimes, just R-wording girls left and right, why the absolute fuck would he initiate a plan to make himself the most popular man on the planet? Like, obviously, he should have known that would lead to him garnering massive amount of attention from obviously his fans, haters, and also government officials going to be like, yo, who is this guy? Where's he getting his money from? Let's look into him. And I don't think Tate's a dumb guy, so it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, things have to make sense for me in order for me to believe him. Like, it doesn't make sense for someone like him with this much attention. Like, he was the most Googled man on the planet. That is no small feat. You need to, do you know how many eyes have to be on you to be the most Googled person on the planet? Quite a lot of eyes. And for him to be committing crimes, nah. I think pretty much Tate, after the fame, was pretty much on the up and up. What's this thing called? Hustlers University was making him like 6 million a month. You don't need to human traffic anyone at a point. But the thing is, your past can fuck you. That's the issue. More than likely, these things, especially the Vice doc, we're gonna react to very soon, are things that happened in his past. And in his past, more than likely, he didn't live a very savory lifestyle, and that's coming to haunt him now. He wasn't clean in the past. Now that's coming to fuck him in the ass in the present when he's cleaned up all his mess. And do I think Tate would anyone? I really can't say, to be honest with you. I really can't say, but there's more evidence pointing towards people telling fibs than are evidence to him actually doing what is being accused of. But I'm not gonna say Tate is this righteous up and up guy who couldn't possibly do what he's being accused of. But I highly doubt it. Just wouldn't make sense for someone in his position to do something like that. He's making too much money to fuck himself over. Anyways, back to reaction.
States, which is quite expensive, around 7,000 these investigations, and can have a connection, I allow myself to say this, with the American Secret Services.
So essentially, all she's been saying, just to round up, because I've gone on a tangent, is that all of this is nothing more but a red herring. The reason why the Romanian government attacked and reported all this stuff and put him in jail is simply because they're trying to extradite him into America, because America is trying to force the Romanian arm. The thing is, Tate might be rich, but one rich person is just a single entity. You can't stop a government, especially a government like America with so much influence and power. If they want you, they're gonna get you, and that's the issue. You can never escape the matrix. You really can't, no matter how many passports you have.
With some of them, yes. This is your opinion. Yes, it is my opinion.
Also, this is just an opinion and isn't fact, but come on, it makes the most sense. Like, they have not, like, I've read, like, the judge, this is the funny thing about the rape allegation. The judge is overseeing the case has literally said there's not enough sufficient evidence for it to be prosecuted or charged. Like, so far, the only thing they have in terms of evidence for the R-word allegation is just the girl saying she was R-worded. I'm not saying she's lying, but an issue with her accusation is she isn't in the country anymore, so she can't be cross-examined. The prosecution has cross-examined her, but Tate's defense team hasn't, so they can't sort of know what her story is. If the date she's saying what happened lines up with the CCTV, which leaves things very, very sketchy. But still, I'm not gonna say she's lying, but the evidence just isn't there to prosecute.
Opinion. Sooner or later, we will.
Hence why he's been there for how many weeks now, and he's yet to be charged.
Find.
Also, it's funny how no one remembers Tristan. Everyone's talking about Andrew. Like Tate's it's not even Andrew's first name; it's the last name. So when people say Tate, Tristan is also a Tate. But when they say Tate, they really mean Andrew. Like, Tristan is just forgotten, despite the fact the girl who caused all of this came there for Tristan. So that's kind of funny.
Doubt if there have been decoys, to say at least, if people were sent there at a given time to find out what was going on.
Also, this woman right now, she's about to allege the two women who accused Tate of doing these things, and how, like, early on she said the American girl paid 7.5 grand to come see Tate, which is very expensive. Like, an average person doesn't have that line around just to throw around, say, yo, I want to meet and greet this person. So she's trying to allege like that girl might have been an agent, and she was giving her money to essentially set Tate up or come get to know him, meet him in person, get familiar with him, get on his good side, become one of his babes. Essentially, why, which makes sense, which makes the fact why she was so pushy about coming to Romania making one sense. Because who the fuck, my mind, want to leave America to go to Romania?
Going on.
And Tate did say himself, one of the podcasts he was on, like, females make the best spy, like, because no one ever suspects a female of doing anything nefarious
In this investigation. More than this, I would be quite curious, and I think you and your guests are too, to find out the background of these persons. When did the two women came to Romania? The two that made a preliminary criminal complaint against the Tate brothers, the one from the USA and the one from the Republic of Moldova. And when did they leave the country? As far as I know from my information, they are not in the country anymore.
Well, she was spitting facts, and that's pretty much. Sadly, I couldn't find the ties. Actually, I could, but it was only Romanian, and I don't speak Romanian, so I'm not gonna waste my time on that.
So is a
But
Romanian.
now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the stream, the Vice documentary. But before we get into Vice documentary, let's just see what is Vice. What do they do? Vice is a very, let's say, it's a very left-leaning publication in terms of videos they do. They're very progressive in terms of their thinking. Okay, now keep that in mind. Vice is very progressive in terms of their thinking. Very on the all anti-masculinity, like Dort, toxic masculinity, bad, all that stuff. Now let's look at what Tate is. Tate is all about being hyper masculine, bringing masculinity back. So you have a publication who's anti-toxic masculinity doing a documentary on a guy who's very, very pro-masculinity to the point that he even holds a ceremony of average guys fighting dudes who are literally professional fighters. His own very own fight club to the extreme. So now what do you think? Is that publication gonna have a positive or negative spin in the documentary? Just take a quick guess. Positive or negative spin? Negative spin. A very, very negative spin is the answer. Before they were even invited, Tristan didn't trust the Vice guy. Vice. He said it from the start, this is a setup, but Andrew wouldn't listen.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never
Before you start saying stupid things, because I don't trust you 1%. I don't want you in my house.
heard of before, all of a sudden appear everywhere?
This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone in the chat is saying as well.
care.
This was an emergency podcast. This is a snippet from an emergency podcast months ago, like last year, like February, quite a while ago. This is the guy who did the Vice documentary. I think his name is like Matt Shea, who gives a fuck? Fuck him. Anyways, Tristan, as you can hear, did not trust this guy. He said he's just a friendly face that they showed to butter you up. Thing is, Andrew's ego is so fucking massive. Or back then, this was back when, before he was even cancelled the first time. So he was still the most popular man in the world, most Google person in the world. If you open TikTok, all you saw was Andrew. So he was riding a wave. So he was feeling himself like crazy. So at this point, when you build a business, essentially this is a business. So now he's trying to expand, trying to reach new heights. So he had a great idea, allowing Vice of all people to record his little ceremony for the war room, post it on that channel, thinking that their audience will see that, like, oh my god, wow, I like him so much. I want to join him. No, that's not how it works. You can't get people who hate you to like you. That will never happen, especially Vice, when they have full control of how they can portray you. They make sure to portray you in the worst possible light, irregardless of how well. If they had, like, let's say 99% of the footage they recorded of Andrew during the time they recorded him for the war room celebration was positive, they find the 1% that was negative and stretch it out for a nice 44-minute documentary. Anyways, let's get into the doc. I actually haven't seen this documentary, so we're watching for the first time together. This video is no longer available. Ugh, Vice. Andrew Tate. Oh my god. Is this the full documentary or? Yes, this is the full documentary. Let's go. Full screen. Full fucking screen. Vice special report.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere?
Andrew Tate!
Andrew Tate is an Anglo-American kickboxer turned influencer whose extreme misogynist videos have helped make him.
We are 25 seconds into the video, and they're already painting the narrative of him being misogynist. This isn't, as you can tell, this isn't an unbiased documentary. Like, not like I'm unbiased myself, but still, if you're gonna make a documentary, you let your audience decide what to go and decipher from the documentary. Let them make their own mind up. They're already framing him as a misogynist, so you already know how the rest of the doc is not gonna be impartial. But anyway,
the most viral man in the world.
Bang out the machete, boom in her face, and grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch!
see that clip right there. If you weren't a Tate fan who's actually seeing where that clip originates from, you can think, oh yeah, this guy's a piece of shit. But actually, I'm not gonna bother.
On December 29th, he and his brother were arrested by Romanian police as part of a rape and human trafficking investigation.
The Matrix has attacked me.
A few months before their arrest, I was in Romania trying to get access to their so-called secret society, the...
What do you mean so-called secret society? Like, it isn't a secret. They have a fucking website. They literally allowed you to come document it. Like, it wouldn't be much of a secret society if they let all film crew document it and upload it online. See, trying to paint a narrative of it being a fucking cult, and he's a cult leader of toxic males. Anyway.
War Room.
The War Room is the most powerful network on the face of the planet today.
To get inside...
Well, to be fair, Andrew doesn't help himself with making the War Room look less cultish. Like, the leader of the War Room looks like a fucking hermit.
I had agreed to endure a professional cage fight in Romania.
I know he's gonna lose, but wow, he's actually in there.
Along with 100
Holy shit,
Tate
that's your fault.
superfans.
We shouldn't be slaves.
Like, fair play to him. Like, he's a bitch, but still fair play.
We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs.
I need to grow. I need to get better. I need to evolve. I'm not tough on myself. Nobody else will be. I need to grow. I need to get better. I need to evolve.
Are these grown men facing the wall? I don't understand. Are they on timeout? What the fuck? What's going on here, bro?
Oh, I'm
Think about what you did. Fuck.
not tough on myself. Nobody else will be. That's what I learned from Andrew Tate. He's shiny. Hold on to it.
What I found out...
Yeah, this is the leader of the War Room. Like I said, Andrew doesn't help himself with the cult allegations when this is the person who leads you. Like, the fuck is going on, bro? This guy looks like he smokes at least 10 packs of weed a day, but fuck, you know.
My plan was to sow anarchy.
Is that this recent arrest appears to be just...
Once again, deceptive editing if that my plan was to sow anarchy. We don't know where the excerpt is from, the context within which he said it, and what the conversation was when he said it. Like, anyways,
The plan was to sow anarchy.
Is that this recent arrest appears to be just the tip of the iceberg.
And the fact that they sat on this documentary for, wow, I mean, like, for a very long time, because this was done, like I said, last year, February. They could have uploaded this anytime they wanted, but they waited for just the right moments. Now they're trying to use his recent arrest as a catalyst to upload this. That's actually smear him as a person, because his manager has already came out and said the majority of the film was positive. What they filmed was positive, so they couldn't use it. Like, it wasn't good. They tried. You can't smear someone in a negative light. If all they allowed you to see was positivity. Even this guy, the guy who made the documentary, said, "Yeah, I don't agree with what you say most of the time, but I can't lie. This was what you do is very positive for men and masculinity." That's what he said.
It's definitely a hit piece.
I don't care.
The real story
We've clearly conquered the internet.
began years ago.
There's not a single female complaining on the planet.
there's not a single
no.
female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
My ex-boyfriend was
If I were to go bold, would I look as good as Andrew?
radicalized by Andrew Tate. He was sweet and I guess vulnerable to being brainwashed by Andrew Tate and his cult.
People don't know what he's done.
If you haven't heard of Andrew Tate yet, it's only a matter of time before he pops up on your newsfeed. His videos have been viewed over 11 billion times.
That's why I said top fucking J, top striker, top bloke. Andrew Tate.
And in July, he was more Googled than Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump. He's been called the king of toxic masculinity.
He has said that rape victims should, quote, bear responsibility for being raped.
We're about to end.
Okay, once again, that was completely taken out of context. What he said, he compared it to someone getting robbed down an alleyway, and before they go robbed down the alleyway, they'll tell, don't go down that alleyway because there's robbers there, and if you don't listen and something happens to you, you have to bear at least some sort of responsibility for what happened to you. Like, let me just go off this topic because it's a very touchy go subject.
And in Romania, which was raided earlier this year as part of the rape and human trafficking investigation that led to his arrest in 2022.
Is that true that you sequestered an American girl?
She's not even pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
Once again, more deceptive editing. This clip was from when he first got raided back in April. He was actually, for pretty much the entirety of this interview, he was friendly with the reporter. He told her exactly what happened. He wasn't pissy. Though these two segments right here,
An American girl.
She's not even.
Were clipped up. They were at least four minutes apart. But they're making it seem like that was his response to her initial question, which it wasn't at all.
Pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
What about the rape?
Once again, if you're not an Andrew Tate fan who's consumed so much of his content like I have, you wouldn't know that. So yeah, he's been smeared left and right by this documentary.
Rape accusation.
That's not true.
Hello, is this Andrew Tate's house? I'm Matt. Okay. Hey, hello.
Yeah, Romanians really have the copy and paste look. You can never mistake them for being anything other than being Romanian.
Taken to have a confirmation from Mr. Tate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just let me know when we're allowed. Yeah? Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Good to see you.
This place is...
Like, you know a guy is feeling himself when he just goes everywhere with his half his shirt unbuttoned. Like, I'm trying to reach that status. If I ever reach top G status, my bruh, fuck a shirt unbuttoned. I'm walking around shirtless. You won't ever see me with anything on, bruh. You can see my stretch marks and all, bruh. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, cause, do you know why? Because I'm top J. I'm top striker. I'm top bloke.
Giant.
Yeah, I can give you a quick tour. I can't.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have a swimming pool because I'll drown. So, can't swim, guys. But I'm still top J.
Show you a lot of it. A lot of it's like off limits. I can show you some of it. G, come bite them. Show them how scary you are.
Is this the normal level of security you have for your house every day, or is this just for us?
This is the normal level of security I have in my house every day. I'm prepared for all eventualities. Better to be paranoid. I kind of like cars.
I can tell, yeah.
This door leads to... I can't take you in there. That's classified. Up on there, I can't take...
I wanna. Andrew doesn't help himself with these current allegations of him being a human trafficker when he keeps saying stuff like, I can't tell you this, I can't tell you that. This is classified, I can't lie into this room. Because he leaves people room to speculate. It's better to leave things unambiguous than ambiguous, because now you let people's imaginations run wild. I'm pretty sure he was joking, but still, with these current allegations, saying stuff like that doesn't help you, bruv.
You in there either. It's classified. You do know if you go to any off-limit areas like security, you're going to do that. So when I point classified, I'm basically saying don't make them put a gun.
Got it.
TV, which I never watch. World title belts. I was 4-time kickboxing world champion.
Yeah, he makes sure to remind you any chance he gets, bruv. Hello guys, I'm Andrew. I'm a 4-time kickboxing world champion. I'm pretty sure when his kids were born, the second they were given to him by the nurse. I'm a 4-time kickboxing world champion, just to let you know. Yeah. I'm top J.
And what's this painting over here?
That's my brother.
Who else lives here? Is it just you?
No, I live here with my brother. I think you get the best version of yourself.
I really love how no one knows who Tristan is. Like, who the fuck is that guy over there in that painting? Oh, that's my brother Tristan. Ew.
Other competitive men. I don't have loser. I like sitting down with people and discussing how we can make money from the conflict in Ukraine. That's what I enjoy. I don't want to talk about TV.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Hi, by the way. Sorry to interrupt. I'm Matt.
You can tell this guy gets zero bitches, bro. Look how timid he is. Hi, by the way, guys. I'm Matt. Can I get me? If that was me, I'm like, yo, what are you saying? Yeah, you good? Yeah. See, smooth. I'm suave, bruv. Wow.
Georgia, good to meet you. What are you up
to? The way he shook your hand like, I'll be like, Call me.
Georgia? Working. Okay.
This is,
The woman I'm trying to speak to, Georgiana Noghel, would also later be arrested with Tate in December.
Georgiana, 2 coffees, please.
Accused of assisting him in his human...
Jesus Christ, how many girls does he have in his fucking house?
Trafficking operation.
Why is she cleaning in a dress? makes no sense. This is very impractical, but okay.
Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey, how are you? What are these guys up to?
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
I run
Conquering the world through Discord.
Hustlers University, which is now currently the biggest online educational platform in the world. We've grown extremely fast, 110,000 students out of a year.
Hustlers University. Hustlers University. Hustlers University.
For $49 a month, Andrew Tate's online Hustlers University promises to teach his millions of followers the secrets of modern wealth creation, from crypto trading to dropshipping.
No big deal, just the biggest online school in history.
Is this a sharp sword or is it kind of a decorative sword?
I did a Tate speech about why I have this sword. A Tate speech is like my YouTube channel, Tate Speech.
Yeah.
And I talked about how the number one...
Hate speech is a play on words on hate speech. You get it? It's funny.
One problem with the world is that not enough men walk around their houses with swords.
Mm-hmm. That's up there for sure.
Because if more men walked around their houses with swords, so many of the world's issues could be fixed. You have to extrapolate it.
Okay.
For example, so the woman panics, she sees something on TV, the man comes home, she's like, oh, we gotta start wearing a mask, da-da-da. If the man walked around with a sword, she's like, put a mask on, he'd be like, I'm brave, I don't need a mask, I'm a commander. Fuck you. It's just a symbol of empowerment. You got your sword, your wife starts talking, you're like, shut up, I decide what I do. Be quiet. Cook.
Andrew's unashamed, misogynistic, and violent views.
Yeah, I can't even defend him on that one. Yeah, that's...
so far seem to match his YouTube persona.
Let's move on.
But to find out how he's
But still,
translated those into...
Actually, I can defend him on that one. It's a character, you guys. It's not real. Everything you say is an illusion. Like, am I even real? Nothing is real. Everything is fake. But buy my t-shirt.
Viral fame. I accept an invite onto the Tate Brothers podcast, Emergency Meeting, which is also a chance to get acquainted.
Yeah, I watched that emergency meeting. It was very fun.
With his brother Tristan.
Welcome to Emergency Meeting, episode 13. We have a special guest, Matt Shea, who is internationally renowned and respected. He's a folk singer.
Okay, this is fake. Completely fake. Look at how they made the dislikes and likes almost equal. Tate's videos hardly ever get disliked. So this completely auto bullshit. But anyways. Let me stop gagging on Tate's dick, man.
He's going to sing us a song. Andrew's invited his mate on our show without my consent. I'm just going to have to bite my tongue and listen to you guys talk most of this emergency meeting. Otherwise, I'm going to walk off. So,
Matt, can you introduce yourself? Tell them about your singing career. Tell them where you're from, etc.
Yeah, so I'm actually not a folk singer at all in the slightest. Oh, sorry.
What?
Are you calling my brother a liar?
You lied to me.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever...
There's this thing called the Versace robe curse. It started off in the UFC, like where UFC fighters wear a Versace robe, and they would tend to lose the upcoming fight. It started off with Conor McGregor, some other Brazilian dude, and some other fighters and other fighters as well. Like also what's the guy's name again? UFC baddest. Sorry, no, baddest man on the planet. But what's that guy's name again? Fuck, I forgot his name. Yes. What's his? Oh my god! Didn't even tell me his name. I'm trying to. Oh my god. Jorge Masvidal. There you go. Essentially, all three of these guys wore the Versace robe, and the next fight they lost. The Versace robe essentially symbolizes your ego. When you start feeling yourself, you wear that robe. And when people feel themselves, they tend to make mistakes. And Andrew is wearing the Versace robe. Andrew made a very, very big mistake by letting this guy in his house. And now Andrew, a couple months later, is in prison. If I ever get rich, I'm not buying the Versace robe. I'm sorry.
You lied to me.
It's a curse.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gate? Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen
You
the
haven't?
clown that hides the gate.
So you've never seen him?
No. Is he
Strange.
here somewhere?
Strange. Well, yeah, he's right here. I see him.
I see him.
The joke is, if you don't see the clown, you're gay.
All right, let's be nice to our vice friend. Let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece.
This is definitely a hit piece.
Yeah, being nice didn't help you. He still did a hit piece.
I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone.
I don't care. I'm uninterested. I've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the board.
You hear that, guys? I'm clearly unstoppable. I've conquered the internet. You know what it is? That's called ego. When you let your ego win, your enemies can easily intercept. Anyone with a brain. I'm a fucking wagey. I work in 95, and I will never in a million years let Vice do a documentary on me. I have nothing to do. I do nothing at all. I'm just at home all day. And I still wouldn't let Vice to do a documentary on me because they'll make me look bad. Way worse.
You've invited the liberal news media to come.
They can all come. Just because I'm wearing a gun, I'm violent. Is that how it is? Just because I got knives all over the table and I'm a kickboxing world champion, I'm violent.
You are wearing a gun and you have knives. That does make you a little bit violent.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Makes me security aware.
I don't want to sing a song.
I haven't
sing
said
like you
anything.
promised.
It's
You
a
said
setup.
I won't kick Vice out.
Sorry for the interruption, guys. That's what happens when you live with people. Fuck.
On my house. I think.
A few more minutes, or are we done with it?
No, you can sing now, or you're off the pod.
During an ad break, Andrew breaks character.
30-second break. Chat shit.
Another 5 minutes.
See, did you hear that? He's chatting shit. This is what I said about it's a character. He's not being serious. Most of the things you see on TV or on TikTok or most of his documentaries is him just playing a character. He's trying to sell you a persona for you to therefore buy his course. You can't buy his course if it's like, yeah, hi guys, my name's Andrew. I can teach you guys how to be masculine males and get girls and drive fast cars. You just have to buy my course and yeah, just follow the steps. And if you integrate them properly, then you might be able to make, I don't know, like £500 to £1,000 a month, which you can help to supplement your actual income and do it for yourself. No one's gonna be interested. Like, they wouldn't let you finish a sentence. They would have clicked off already. But if like, yo, I'm top G. Fuck you, suck my dick. I have a gun, a knife. You have the pizzazz. Then yeah, now they're interested. You have to sell yourself. There has to be show business into it. It's marketing. But people these days they're very, very stupid. They take things too literal sometimes. Even though you can tell when a person's clearly joking, they take the joke and act as if the joke is them being serious. And I'm not clearly a fucking persona, but okay.
Get you out of here. You can talk shit back. You can annoy us if you want.
Don't worry, no, I know. I'm just not very.
See how nice it is. See how inviting it is. He invited them to his house, opened up his house, and was so nice to them, and they fucking bit him in his ass. Fuck Vice, man.
Get it? I'm not very good at talking shit.
We've had a long career. We have to do our normal broadcasting.
Okay.
Kick him off the pod. Go, man. Have fun, guys. Yeah.
Bro, this is gonna be the.
He faked kicked him off the pod, then told him to have fun. It's a character. Because I watched the podcast. In the podcast, it was like, get off the fucking pod. Well, getting off screen was like, hi, bye guys, I enjoy having a free tour around my mansion. See how nice he is.
The worst documentary about us.
What they gonna?
Yeah, Tristan, you're right. You're right. Yeah, Tristan's perspicacity was 110%. It's funny. Andrew always talks about perspicacity, about how his dad tells him to be perspicacious, and yeah, he wasn't very perspicacious when he allowed Vice to do a documentary on him.
What they gonna say?
I don't know.
He has lots of cars and money. All the women love him. He's sexist. Oh no! Please.
Ugh, they called you more than sexist, my guy. They called you a misogynist, and a word that rhymes with grape.
Don't put that on the internet. Who cares? Right? Whatever.
Within minutes of being on their show, the Tate content machine snaps into action.
Oh yeah. Wow. Already.
You promised to sing to me. If you think I won't kick Vice out of my house, you can sing now or you're off the phone.
Tate brothers embarrass Vice reporter.
Actually, I take that back. I want to make sure that my is fighting, ethically and following the
18,000 likes, 246 comments, 66 reshares. Oh, I accidentally liked it. Let's see what people are saying.
The one thing I'll say about Tate, he works very efficiently. He is very efficient.
Tate win, as always.
Classic Tate W.
I'm impressed how easily he runs over weak men's arguments.
It isn't Tate posting all these videos. So who are all these people?
Tate Brothers embarrassed Vice reporter was posting.
Jesus Christ, I'm barely even 10 minutes in. Yeah, I need to start pausing as much. I'm not gonna pause for the next 1 minute, guys. I promise.
By a fan account.
I lied.
That has 58,000 followers and 3.9 million likes, and is just posting loads of videos every single day. Right in the description of his account, it says, "Looking to level up your life, start here." It's a sign-up link to the University. Another account, and again, a link to the Hustlers University. He's got a clever formula here.
It turns out a big part of Hustlers University is an affiliate marketing scheme where boys as young as 13 are instructed to share controversial videos of Andrew with links to the Hustlers University underneath. If someone signs up through your link, you get 48% of their subscription fee. By financially incentivizing 110,000 students to share his content online, Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time. And
I don't understand. How is that any different to what other businesses do? I'm pretty sure Amazon and loads of restaurants which we could order food online have affiliate links, which they should. If let's say someone comes out of town, like, yo, someone from Manchester comes down to London and comes to see me, like, yo, what's the best place to eat in London? And I say, yo, that pizza place down there that makes really good pizza, and he goes there. I essentially just gave them business. I should get a cut off that business, because if it was for me, they wouldn't make any money from that transaction. So I see zero, and if wrong with what just happened with any of this.
And he's tactically avoiding the impact of social media bans because it isn't Andrew himself posting, it's his legion of fans.
All I'm doing is saying that the shit that everyone thinks isn't allowed to say. So that's the reason I'm all big on the internet.
I'm starting to wonder whether he's just a living meme.
You're a loser because your mentality is loserish.
Some kind of viral marketing campaign to swindle money from confused young men.
You never had the life I had, ever.
Or if he really believes what he says.
All I am offering is the truth.
The dangerous rise of Andrew Tate. Yeah, once again, very framing the documentary. Don't want you to view him as dangerous. Like, nothing about this is impartial at all.
Andrew first appeared on our screens as a reality TV star.
I've never been in a situation in my life so far in my 21 years where I really wanted something and didn't get it.
How did his accent change so much from a 20-year-old to a 33-year-old? I don't understand. Like, doesn't your accent pretty much stay the same by the time you're in your 20s? But somehow the top G always finds a way. Let's put it that way.
He had found an arena where controversial personalities thrive.
I have to manipulate a lot of people to win.
But something happened when Andrew was on Big Brother, one of the biggest reality TV shows of all time.
This is Big Brother. Due to events in the outside world, Andrew has had to leave the Big Brother house.
He was reportedly removed from the program when a video surfaced of him slapping his ex-girlfriend and then beating her with a belt.
Hey, you stupid bitch. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Did I say it?
Public outrage simmered down.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna show the part where that same girl says, "I want you to hit me again harder," instead of like a pussy this time. This was sex play. People have very weird kinks. Very weird kinks.
Down after Andrew released a video of his ex, claiming it was all part of a so-called kinky.
Okay, they did so. Okay, fair play to them then.
Kinky game.
It was just pure game. It's just what we used to do.
But what the public didn't know, and what we can now reveal, is that around the time that Andrew was playing Truth or Dare in the Big Brother pool, the UK police had informed the production company that he was under investigation for 2 incidents involving other women, one of rape and a further of physical assault. In May 2021, Tate made reference to his...
Yeah, this podcast right here, Refresh and Fit, was the first time I pretty much got introduced to Andrew Tate. I remember watching this shit live. I had to work literally in a couple hours. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning in the UK. And I stayed up and watched every single moment of it. Like, it was fucking amazing. Like, my testosterone rose, like, at least by 100. I grow facial hair and hair in places that I never knew could grow hair, bruv. All because of the Top G.
Arrest in an appearance on the
Shout out to Fresh and Fit because they played a massive part in Andrew Tate being as big as he became. Because like I said, I found out about Andrew Tate because of them.
Fresh and Fit podcast.
I was like, who are you? And they're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like, wait, this is dumb hoe? They didn't, but I'm going to protect her anonymity because I'm a nice guy. Dumb hoe.
During the same period, the Tate brothers were recruiting women for a webcam sex business and creating the first of their many online courses teaching other men how to do the same.
I am her everything. It doesn't matter if I fuck.
You see, one of the dumbest things you can ever do is try and teach other men how to run a sex camera business or how to be a gallus, because they aren't you, they don't have the cadence or confidence to be you. So when they try to do it themselves, it ends up being very weird or awkward, and that's the best case scenario. In the worst case scenario, they end up fucking killing the girl. So yeah, no, I would recommend this as a form of business. Like, it may make you money because loads of guys are desperate to get girls, but the type of guys who would pay for a course on how to get girls are the type of guys who whatever you teach them, it wouldn't work. Like, they're a lost cause. If you ever reach a point in your life, you have to Google YouTube how to talk to girls and everything or anything like that. You don't have my guy.
Someone else, because I'm her everything. She has nowhere else to go.
It was called the Tate PhD, or Pimping Hoes degree.
She was a f***ing hoe, and I spotted it instantly because she didn't humble herself when she was supposed to.
But to be fair, not even to be fair, like, it's called, like, let me go back to what I said previously. It's marketing. Him being all rah-rah is marketing. The degree or the course is called PhD, standing for Pimping Hoes degree. So there's a way he has to form the way he speaks. He can't speak stoically and just very slow and timid. He has to speak like a pimp. So things are gonna be more, let's say, abrasive than he would speak in real life. Like he said himself when the Vice guy, when he took a break on our podcast, he just chatting shit. This is him chatting shit. But people take things literal, and I can't blame them for taking things literal because he doesn't show the other side of him. Like, that's the thing about playing a character. You have to show people by playing a character, by breaking character from time to time. If you never break character, people think you're just that guy. This is not character, this is just who you are. And that's one of the issues Andrew has faced.
Supposed to. And I'm glad I didn't waste any more time on her, because she's never going to be doing like my other girls do, living in my house, letting me fuck other women.
Because loads of people have met Andrew and lived with him and stayed with him, and like yo, he's a very nice person in real life. He's very sweet and gentlemanly. But if you've never met him in real life and just saw him on videos, you think, yo, this guy's a fucking dickhead.
Remaining loyal and bringing me coffee.
Absolutely zero back off. My God, ironing board. Anyways.
And doing as I say.
Andrew has closed down the Pimping Hoes degree to focus on the Hustlers University.
Yeah, because like I said before, Hustlers University is making him so much money. Like over 6 to 8 grand million a month. So any other source of income that might be nefarious or cause him any harm in terms of the police is being shut down. But even though it's been shut down, the past is still the past, and it will come back to haunt you. And as you can see with this Vice documentary, is coming back to haunt him.
Luke, your screen's compromised, yeah? We keep it super fucking vanilla.
But with a historic rape allegation in the UK, and the Romanian police now looking into him for rape and human trafficking, I want to find out more about his methods of recruiting women. Did you at one point say that the girls who started as your girlfriends and then work for the webcam industry, 100% of the profit goes to you?
I think in a lot of households in the world today, the man is in charge of the investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing. Tell me a view I have that you think is genuinely insulting or destructive to society. I'd like to hear it.
You prefer younger women who are 18 or 19 because you can leave an imprint on them?
No, when I say leave an imprint, I mean that.
See, here's the thing about people who don't like you. See, I'm an Andrew Tate fan, so I would always give him wiggle room when he says things that can be easily misinterpreted. Like, I won't take things the worst possible way that it can be taken. But your haters, they all make sure to take things the worst possible way that it can be taken. So when he says it wants like skills where he can leave an imprint on, they take it as if he wants girls who are very impressionable and you can easily manipulate and get to do his bidding. That's not what it means. When he says he likes girls who can leave his imprint on, it means, okay, let's say you have two people, a guy and a girl. Both of them have slept with over 1,000 people. 1,000 people, doesn't matter, just they have a massive high body count. Do you think they remember who the 500th person they slept with, or the 666th person they slept with? No, I doubt it. But I can guarantee you they remember the first person they've ever slept with. Do you know why? Because the first person you do anything with has a core memory. You never forget that person, and they'll always leave an imprint on you. That's what it means. It doesn't mean it in a nefarious way. But anyway, I digress.
I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, like, if I get her, I can brainwash her. I'm not trying to say that. If you meet a girl who's 22 and you're her second boyfriend, she's probably like a nicer person, less jaded, less upset, less suspicious.
So you like to be in a position of power?
It's not being in a position of power. It's about
See what I mean by taking it in the worst possible way. Like you mean to went to, your kid just want a power grab, you just want to control her. That's not what it means.
Good way to show her amazing things. You're trying to attack.
When you're her first for everything, she's more attached to you. Odds are less than odds of her leaving you.
Attach things to the situation which aren't true.
5 years ago, you said rape is
makes her appreciate you more.
Terrible thing, but if you put yourself in a position to be raped, then you should bear some responsibility for that.
Okay, so first,
and that goes for boys, for both sexes, not just girls. I'm just talking about girls because of this context. They're talking about females, so
we agree that rape is a terrible thing. The point I'm trying to make is the best way to prevent yourself from being raped is to have a degree of personal responsibility and not put yourself in positions to be raped, as opposed to standing there saying that rape shouldn't happen or men raise our boys better. You know what else shouldn't happen? Robbery. I want the freedom to walk down the road with $1 million in cash.
Is it fair to compare the desire to walk around with £1 million in cash to someone wanting to just walk around their own city at night?
Well,
it's literally the same thing. I wish I could just live my freaking Let me
female beauty is extremely valuable.
Of course, female beauty is extremely valuable in the eyes of men who seek to exploit it.
I don't give a shit about having sex with beautiful women. I fuck them so they listen to me, so I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
Have you heard the term lover boy before?
The lover boy method?
Yeah. Romantically involving yourself with a woman and then...
Okay, first of all, both men and women exploit each other. Men exploit women for the bodies, while women exploit men for the money. Do you know the amount of times I've gone to a club and I've seen uncles, literally guys who are 40 years old, 50 years old, with 20-year-old girls, 18-year-old girls, and the only reason why they're with them is for money. I've seen girls tell guys, uncles, if you want my number, you have to pay for it. And they did, like, yo, I'll give you £200 for your number. Paid. Never called. Gave them the wrong number. That's exploitation, but guess what? If you leave yourself vulnerable for exploitation, you're gonna get exploited.
Then making money off of her in some sort of sex-adjacent industry.
Firstly, I would call the webcam industry far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide than any group of therapists, any action group, any charity ever would. Right?
Is that true? How can you measure that?
Well, it's not about measuring, it's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people have about that method is that
let me correct you, because I'm a professional.
Is that it's similar to, or people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to change what you just said. I have to at least.
Yeah, this is the first time in my life, and I've watched so much of Tate's content that I've seen him stutter. He sounds like me, bro. Fuck, you know. He's just like me.
Challenge you on it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
Andrew says no woman has complained about him personally. He won't let it.
I wonder how long that conversation was, and I wonder how they clipped that shit up, bro.
Speak to the women who work for him, so for now it's difficult to verify this claim. But I have spoken to many women who complain about the effect Andrew's rhetoric is having on
I've
their
been streaming for 1 hour and 20 minutes, so I broke my previous record of at least 20 minutes. So.
lives. To protect them from harassment, I've agreed not to name them.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate to the point of threatening to release revenge porn unless I took back what I said on social media against his sexist, misogynistic views.
It's like a virus, the things that he's spreading. The scariest thing is, I have no idea if the next guy I meet could be an Andrew Tate fan.
It's very scary, the virus and propaganda women like Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B are spreading. Like, I can't tell if the next woman I'll ever meet only wants me for money. Like, 8-figure nigga, that's my type. And broke niggas don't deserve pussy. I know that's right. So if I'm broke, if I'm brokey, I don't make enough money, I don't deserve sex. I'm nothing more than a wallet, and my access to them is only determined by the amount of money I have. So, and I'm very scared that the next woman I'll get with will have that same mentality. Oh my god, it's literally the same thing, man.
It's definitely
If one's bad, so is the other. You can't pick and choose.
worrisome. There are boys who look up to him, especially those that are maybe vulnerable and they're sort of going to go into the real world carrying those violent views with them.
I'm 14. The boys at school my age think that it's okay to say horrible things like women are men's property and they get to do what they want with them.
I don't know if she thinks there was this recent trend going on TikTok a while ago. I think it was last year. We had loads of females. I mean loads referring to men as wallets. I wonder if she thought that was a problem as well. If she did, then at least she's consistent with her logic. If she didn't, then she's just trying shit. Then
Makes me really disappointed in my generation.
Andrew's views represent a new
you can't have it one way or the other way. You gotta be consistent.
Era in modern misogyny,
Start talking to some bitches and say, me and my man, we're gonna fuck you.
where you can now not only talk openly about subjugating and objectifying women, but doing so actually garners millions of committed fans.
They don't believe the level that you can operate at when you're actually a genius.
The most hardcore of them have traveled here to Romania to join the War Room.
The War Room is a fraternity. We're a brotherhood which is designed to inspire the best from our brothers.
Oh my god, what happened? Oh.
They have to have the mentality and the pedigree to survive. There's tests, and if you do them, you can stay inside.
At the top of Andrew's fraternity is a small group of wealthy and powerful men who all stand to gain significantly from the expansion of his empire. This inner circle is not happy that I'm here. After our testy exchange this morning, Andrew invites me to watch him train.
Have you ever golfed before?
No. But it turns out he's planning on teaching me a lesson.
Who's got spare gloves?
I appear to have unintentionally walked into a situation where Andrew Tate is going to train me how to box.
Punch me.
You're supposed to block with your hands, not with your face, but okay.
Punch me.
That was clean.
Already. It's only round one. We've only warmed up. Keep on, bro. We've got 10 more rounds.
No, in a way.
I meet and get punched in the face by the inner circle of the War Room. In the world Andrew is creating,
Well, like, fair play to the guy. Like, he didn't pussy out. He actually fought. So yeah, fair play to him.
not only are women to be subjugated,
Because that was me after the first punch, bruv. I'm faking a heart attack. I'm sorry. I'm not here to get punched in the face.
That almost felt like I got knocked out.
but men defined by their capacity to inflict violence.
This guy has a fucking Templar tattoo on his back. I'm not fighting you. I'm sorry. No, I have a heart condition. My doctor said I can't do any physical things. I'm just gonna sit one out. Thank you.
Violence.
Okay. Tap out.
You stopped. You were like, all right, pause, time out. Like, if that were having a street fight, would someone stop? No, so that's your reaction. I need to fight back.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, she.
First of all, I'm known in the street, so if I ever got into a street fight, if I say stop, time out, they stop immediately. Okay, they know who S is, but.
The War Room is a network. We have 10
Oh
meetings
my
a
god,
year.
we're not even halfway through.
The next one's going to be in the mountains of Transylvania. You could do it, but I don't know, my friend, if you're prepared.
We've left Bucharest and we're driving into the Carpathian Mountains to meet
What mountains, bro? This guy has big words. Like, yo. How do you spell
Andrew
it?
and his inner circle for the war room, which is going to involve something called the test.
I've made it into Andrew Tate's war room, where 100 of his biggest fans have flown in from all across the world, each paying $5,000 to have their manhood tested by the one they refer to as Commander. None of us know what he has in store.
I welcome you all to the test. There is a cage fighting event, and every single one of you has been paired against a professional fighter. You will fight in the cage on national television, and it's a real fight. There are two paths you can go down. You can agree to fight, or you can decide that it's not for you. You have 1 hour to think, make a decision.
That's going to be a hard...
I'm back, guys. Did you miss me? I bet you missed me, didn't you?
Maybe I'll do a yes, just to learn a little bit more of what happens, and then definitely...
I guess no one believes in buttoning up your shirt in this place. To all want to be mini Andrews. Yeah. I've made you proud, Daddy. Did Daddy notice me? Did Daddy see how I am buttoning my shirt just like he did? Please be, Daddy.
At some point.
Does anyone have any questions to ask me?
Yeah, Andrew stays with the medium t-shirts. Like, no large in his closet. You won't see an XL or anything.
There's no training before this fight. If you've been walking through life too lazy to train, is that your problem or my problem?
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this? Eyes, mouth. Yeah, I can tell this guy. These aren't Casanovas. Let's put it that way.
Couldn't help overhearing some disagreement within the war room.
I think he wants to talk to you. Wink, wink. What the hell are you doing? What's
It's gonna be fine, bro. No. We have an ambulance. We have medics. No one get knocked out. Don't worry about it.
At the center of it all was Andrew's right-hand man, Iggy Semmelweis.
Here I will share with you my secrets.
He's the self-proclaimed greatest hypnotist in the world.
You will learn the power of hypnosis.
So essentially, a scam artist. Jesus Christ, scam artist. There we go. Got there in the end.
And seemed to have an agenda that expanded beyond the war room itself into something larger and darker.
Your sons will marry their daughters. Your daughters will marry their sons. You will create legacies. Enjoying those juicy steaks, that finer scotch, those smoother cigars.
He refused to speak to us, but it's clear that he has a big role to play in whatever the war room's real agenda is.
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the test.
War room.
Yeah, I won't lie. These guys, they look like fucking dweebs. I won't lie. They look. Imagine seeing these guys. Like, what is the stance? Like, why is he standing this like this? Like, fucking Andrew. Jeez.
Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the test.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you. Anyone who is fighting, please stand up. Anyone who is not fighting, you can stay seated, and we will begin the other program.
Just like that, a third of the room decides to get beaten up for Andrew Tate.
What happens to the people who said no?
They're doing something slightly different, describing the reasons they didn't do it, how that affects their life as a whole, whether they're going to make any changes in the future to be.
Essentially, they're being told to sit in the corner and reflect on what they've done. These are grown men being told they're being put on timeout. That's a mad life, bro. That's a life I want to live, especially a life that you paid. I think they paid like over 30 or 20 grand to be there. So they got paid. So they're paid to be. So they paid to be on timeout. These guys
More ready
are,
for opportunity.
I can see why they're in the war room, because they're fucking losers.
That's where honor comes from, right? From victory.
One of the men who said no agrees to speak to us.
Look at them. Look at them just facing the wall. Facing the wall. They got to face the fucking wall. And they did it. They're paid to face the wall. That's so sad.
As long as we hide his face.
Why did you say no?
I have been in the ring before, but just sparring. But I was like professionals and Russians. Like they guys are serious. I was just.
I love it said Russians are professionals. Like Russians just naturally born professionals. Like they don't need to be professional fighters. They just have their nature attribute to just fuck you up. Yeah, to be fair, I wouldn't fight a Russian either.
Yeah. Then afterwards, I felt bad about myself, and I was angry at myself because.
Yeah, because you paid 20 grand just to stare at a wall. Yeah, I'd be angry too.
I came here to be tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot of
Yeah, Andrew tested your fucking bank balance.
kind of controversial things online. What do you think about that?
A lot of things are very controversial, but
Controversial things.
Another guy with a shirt unbuttoned. This guy, he hasn't reached the top G level yet. He's still bottom G, so only a quarter of his shirt is unbuttoned. But once it's reached top G, this part all the way down here, unbuttoned.
Online. What do you think about that?
a lot of things are very controversial. But I think
things on
this guy right here with the shirt off, that would be me. That would be me.
Fine.
Yeah. The fuck? This guy's he got some cake, I won't lie. He's got some curvature back there, I won't lie.
What do you think about that?
a lot of things are very controversial. But I think the bottom of his message is a very, very positive one. Because if I'm not tough on myself, nobody else will be. Nobody really cares about me if I don't care about me, right? That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
People who decided this morning and people who decided at a later date here.
We have a chaperone following us. We've been told that we're not allowed to talk to anyone. What about in passing, asking people like, what single question?
Let me run this by tape before we film. No other comment.
Okay, all right. Would you be up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Our chaperone vets who we speak to and tries to heavily control our questions.
What do you do?
Show that you're not some sort of right-wing extremist force.
Why did you join the war?
I don't want to be stagnant. I need to grow. It's just a fundamental shift in my mindset. What I think could be bad is always good. Before the war room, I used to think, why is this happening to me? Now, what is this trying to teach me?
About Andrew Tate specifically and the things he says online, the things that get him negative publicity. What do you think?
These are just lost guys, lost souls who are looking for help, looking for ways to self-improve, and they think Andrew is the savior. Is it? Who knows? But good on them. I know I made fun of the guys who were staring at the wall, but these guys, at least they're trying something new.
Think about those things.
I think you're speaking the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Interviewing under the chaperone's supervision is proving restrictive.
Yeah?
No alpha craziness. A bit of it is an animal, this one.
So we can't speak to anyone?
Okay.
Who is this mysterious chaperone anyway?
Hey, man.
Man, how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Good, man.
I was wondering if we could have a little chat. Yeah?
Suits me, man. Brought over from Dubai.
Like most war room leaders, he has a sports car.
Do you want to do the interview in here?
Yeah, I don't see why not, man.
And like most people with a sports car, he's keen to show it off.
Why not, bro? If I was that Ferrari, if I had a Ferrari, I would change my name to Ferrari just make sure people know. Like, be like, why should your name Ferrari? Because I drive a Ferrari. Do you want to see it? It's outside. Come on, let's go. I'll give you a ride.
So, what do they call you?
In these circles, sartorial or...
I would pierce my Ferrari keys onto my nipples so people know.
The sartorial shooter. I'm one of the guys who manages organizational risk and security for the war room. So anyone with any criminal activity, maybe they are showing signs of being racist or sexist or any of these sorts of things, they're out straight away. We will not tolerate that.
And so how do you reconcile that with some of the things that Andrew, for example, says online?
Any claims of misogyny or the fact that he's, spreading hateful words, that's not the reality of who he is, and that's not what the war room stands for, and that's not what he stands for. There are many clips of him out there saying, I'm not a misogynist, I provide for my women, I would stand up for my women in a violent situation.
What do you think his detractors would say about, for example, what you just said, the phrase, my woman? Do you think that they would consider that to be misogynist?
The phrase, my woman, for me, ties into the very traditional values that we have.
Andrew's well known for talking a lot about his multiple girlfriends. How does that tie into this idea of a traditional relationship?
Men at certain levels can provide for multiple women. I mean, even we can go back 100 years ago, kings, wealthy men, they would support multiple families. How is that?
Yeah, the kings always had concubines.
Bad thing. It's only very recently that men and women have been competing in pretty much in masculine realms, in work, in career. Not that long ago, and indeed in many cultures around the world, women still have the traditional gender norms. And we believe in the war room, that's what leads to happiness.
Rather than a career or, like you have, you know, your own agency in the world to pursue your own goals.
The women who I know who are most fulfilled in life are not trying to do the things that traditionally men used to do.
What about a situation where, this has just popped into my head, where I want my girlfriend, who I love, to be a kept woman, but she doesn't, she wants to pursue a career or something like that?
Then find a different woman. Very simple.
The core belief driving the war room and what men here are seeking is a misogynist fantasy of a time when they were kings and women were subjugated. It's at the heart of what Andrew Tate is selling. Just look at the tweets of Iggy Semmelweis, his second in command.
Once again, framing how the audience who's viewing this documentary should think, telling them his audience and the people who join the war room just want a very sexist worldview where women are subjugated. We just saw multiple members of the war room being asked why they joined, and none of them said anything about how they want women to be subjugated. It's all about them improving themselves. So what the fuck is this guy on about?
Webcam girl is home 100% of the time, has no time nor interest in going out. She sleeps, cooks, cleans, does her shows, gives me all the money, gets railed by me and our girlfriends, then smiles, thanks me, and goes and does it again tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure he's being extremely hyperbolic. It's all about selling a fucking course. You can't sell yourself as a top J, as a top striker, as a hypnotist if you have a cam girl who doesn't listen to anything you say. But still, yeah, that is a bit extreme, and I can see why anyone could see that as misogynist. But anyway,
welcome to the war room.
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
Let me quickly do some quick Mr.
It's quite
Producer.
possible this next story has passed some of you by, but you would be in a minority.
As the war room members and I are bussed to the fight location, the world begins to talk about Andrew Tate with a new intensity.
He is a 35-year-old influencer who's been accused of spreading rape
openly
culture.
condones and celebrates violence against women.
Hitting women, kids.
I'm guessing this was when Andrew got cancelled.
Acting like the things that he's saying is like revolutionary.
11-year-old boys, they love
Please
Andrew
stop
Tate.
looking up to
Bro, Andrew Tate's cancellation was mad. Like when he rains, it really fucking pours. He just started off as a little Instagram post from some dude on Instagram. It had over 2 million likes. Then it just pretty much cascaded from there. Crazy.
Andrew Tate, he is a bad
When they come for you,
guy.
they really come for you.
With the PR crisis going on, Andrew's team are eager for some good press, so they send an extra-friendly chaperone to sell me on the benefits of the war room experience.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
Yeah, calling yourself Alpha Wolf, it's it's a big no. It's I'm trying to find my soundboard. Is that breath? It's a breath for me, breath.
Okay.
My role is to be Alpha Wolf.
Okay, fair enough.
Life is all about how you deal with the pain and how you move forward. You're going to learn a lot about yourself as a man. So take it, make the best out of it, and grow as a man and be tough.
All of the men in this room seem to be taking this incredibly seriously.
What's your goal for the fight?
Of course I'm going to try to win.
I see a lot of contenders right there who had the guts to come right here in the cage.
Oh shit, is that Ludacris?
Any one of them win one fight is
I think I'm marrying Ludacris.
going to win all their money, all their girls.
This is the culmination of Andrew Tate's pressure cooker of male insecurity.
You're a fucking broke. You are poor. I'm the only guy on this platform flying around in private jets with 27.
Male insecurity has fueled multiple businesses, especially OnlyFans, but no one seems to make documentaries about how bad OnlyFans is, and I exploits very lonely and sad, weak men. But Andrew is a villain for doing the same thing.
Cars, living this lifestyle.
Both of them are wrong, but like I said before, if you're gonna vilify one, you have to vilify the other. It's you can't pick and choose.
Most of you are not too stupid to become rich.
And it's the hypocrisy that pisses me off. Because Vice will hate this, but they absolutely stand a chick who makes millions or thousands a month of exploited and lonely sad men on OnlyFans.
Are you ready? Round one.
But while they come forward to gratefully take the beatings they've paid thousands of dollars for,
Imagine you paying to get your ass whooped. That's bruv, just a local fight gym is like £15.
Andrew Tate's future on social media.
Yeah, this is the guy who I was talking about. This guy, he started all of this. He fucked Andrew differently.
Is hanging in the balance, and the public backlash is spreading.
Like I said, when it rains, it pours. Watching that shit happen in real time was crazy.
I'm desperate to ask him about all of this, but first I have to get through this ridiculous situation that I've found myself in.
All right, let's go.
Give it up for Matt. Did I say it right?
Very excited for.
See, one of the things Andrew does is like he pretends he doesn't give a fuck about any of this controversy. Like, oh, I'm Top J, I don't care what the haters say. But no, you can't not care what the haters say. Do you know why? Because you're not the main character of your story. Like, everything around us is nothing but people. There's constant motion going on. So yeah, if you really and truly believe, don't give a fuck what other people are doing around you, that's very stupid, because they care about you. And while you're just going down, walking around all la-di-la-di-da, they're plotting against you. And they'll catch you with your pants down, which was what happened to Andrew when he got arrested by the police out of nowhere. So you always want to care about what people say about you.
Matt has passed the test. I know he's.
That's why so many famous people have literally Google alerts on the phone. So anytime someone mentions their name, they literally get a notification like, yo, they want to see what is the perception around me. Okay, let's have a quick guess. Does he win his fight or does he lose his fight? I personally, I want to believe it says he wins. Look, Color Stance is backing down.
Whatever's going on behind the scenes, watching me get chased around puts a smile on Andrew's face.
Texas gets stripped to the ground, and it's gonna be a ground and pound finish. But that is it. Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
I was fucking rooting for you, my guy, but I thought you were gonna win. Oh, jeez, I've lost so much money now.
Those who went all in on their fight came out badly. One man was knocked out.
Wait, is that the guy with the Templar tattoo on his back? Jesus Christ. One punch, one tapped. One hit a quitter. Fuck, you know.
And taken away on a stretcher. The inner circle had put...
Well, you really can't blame Andrew. Like, he's a grown-ass man. He chose to get one tapped.
Put these men through collective hardship and recreated them in Andrew Tate's image. Fighters.
Come here, guys. Come on to the front. He broke his hand on your head. And you're fine. So you win.
But they had also joined a movement that was widely accused of normalizing sexism and rape culture. While the men who chose to fight are paraded in front of the crowd.
They keep talking about sexism and rape culture to keep bringing this back to women. But the thing is, all these guys, you're just there to improve themselves, to just be around a clique, a brotherhood of people. They're just looking for people to chill with, to be honest, at the end of the day. All this sexist shit, they don't really give a fuck about that. All of that is sadly incidental. The main reason for them being there is that they want a brotherhood. They want guys to chill with.
Andrew's team shamed those who refused.
The shame hold on to it. Don't let it go.
So anyone who fought, you can put your hand up, how the experience was, how it's going to change your life, and if you have anything to say to the people who didn't fight.
I don't think I have any word of advice for the people that didn't do it, except that you should have probably.
He went to check on me, and I'm thinking I want to go train because I felt inadequate, right? So
yeah,
that's what I want to do.
Right now,
it doesn't seem like they're being ashamed. It's just like getting adequate feedback. It seems pretty positive to me. But
I have new mountains to climb.
But guessing when you're very, very sensitive, anything gonna be considered being ashamed.
And I'd love to get back here a year from now and go to the gym of the guy who beat the shit out of me.
Didn't it feel like a movie the last few days? I feel like that's a great metaphor for life.
You know, we shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs. We should actually make our lives into, I guess, a movie.
Exactly, man. I'm not trying to be a wage working 9 to 5. Oh, God. I got work tomorrow, guys. I want to have to be a movie, guys. I want to fly to Spain.
Want to be
The UK is cold. I want to fly to a hot place.
known as one of the best fathers in the war room. I can't look at my sons and tell them to suck it up, Buttercup.
See, look at all these guys talking about why they did this and why they came here. Not once have they talked about girls or anything sexist or ableist or even close to approximating the R word. They're just there to improve themselves, just improve their confidence, just be more respected by people around them. But Vice is trying to portray them as just this guys just want to be in a part of a sexist fraternity.
I don't
They're all just secret misogynists. Very evil.
say yes to this.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, giving them a round of applause isn't shaming Vice.
Whether or not they fought, all the men here paid $5,000 to the only real winner in this performance, Andrew Tate.
For the people who want to stay and relax, there's some chicks.
To be fair, they got to meet Andrew Tate. A lot of people happily pay, like, meet and greets happen all the time. I'm sure some girls paid Chris Brown $1 grand just for a hug.
Don't know where they're from. Yeah, let's have.
For the last like 5 seconds, and then they were told to fuck off. These guys got full access to Tate for a couple of days for $5 grand. Yeah, the market dictates the price. So if they choose to pay it, then you can't blame Andrew for taking easy pickings.
Fun. I hope you all enjoyed it.
We're told not to film the celebrations that conclude the evening, and it's not clear exactly what goes on. But once outside the lobby, we could clearly see a room containing naked women being photographed.
Yeah, that looks very peculiar, let's say.
With Andrew's team increasingly conscious of negative publicity, tonight could be the last chance to interview him.
Yeah, this is where things go left. I haven't seen the documentary, but I've seen clips, and this is where things go. You all left.
Consider the possibility that some of the things that you've said, which have been viewed 11 billion times, may lead to an attitude towards women that could be harmful.
I accept that across all of that viewership, I have perhaps, possibly, maybe said one thing, or maybe.
See, this is why making your subject matter about women can be very deleterious to your future success. What I'm trying to say is this entire war room endeavor that they've recorded, not once have any of the guys that they've asked why did you come here has spoken about women. It's all about respect and them respecting themselves, just improving themselves. But because Andrew just talked about women, it's not even a massive part of his repertoire. Just talked about them on and off. They've ignored the other positive stuff it says about masculinity, guys helping people out, telling people to clean the rooms, not be fat fucks. All that stuff is just put by the wayside. They just want to know, why the fuck did you say the alleged or can be interpreted as sexist, misogynist stuff? So when it comes to females, just in terms of subject matter, just don't touch it, bruv. Don't touch it, because this can happen to you.
Too, that has upset a large range of people. Wouldn't it make
They don't give a fuck about the people he's helped. They just want to know, why the hell did you say those stuff about women?
Sense to just apologize for some of the things you've said, acknowledge that they have caused harm, and say that you won't say those things again?
No, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to apologize for the edits of other people. I'm not going to apologize for the misunderstandings of other people. There's a whole bunch of clips people are making which make me look very bad. That's not good for my life. That's not good for business.
The clips that portray you in a negative light also help the algorithm to make you become more famous and more viral.
I'm not an expert on algorithms for social media platforms. I do not have most of them installed on my phone. I cannot control
what Andrew failed to realize before he got cancelled the first time is that PR means everything. It really does. With this social media age, what people perceive you is true. It doesn't matter what you think you are or what you know yourself as. If other people perceive you as a sexist or misogynist and it can spread, then that's what you are. So you pretty much have to come out and say, nah, That's the one I believe, and put a stop to it. Unless he's going to cause more harm than good, and that's where he fucked up. By the time he did that, it was too late. It was too late.
A 15-year-old Singaporean decides to do when he chops me up and calls me names. I can't control that, and I wouldn't try to.
You can control it. At one point before he got banned off Instagram, he had over close to 5 million followers, and he would average around 500k likes per picture. So he had massive, insane interactions, very insane interactions. And that was just his Instagram. I'm talking about his YouTube or his Rumble, which we got millions of views every day. So he could have corrected that issue, but didn't want to because he didn't care. He, like I said, was feeling himself. The ego was just too big, and pride can't be for a format guy.
Has been a lot of bad press about you. That's made some nervousness within members of the war, and why is that?
Well, obviously, when people are going to continue to lie and continue to do very, very shallow, very, very fictitious investigations, people are going to lose faith in you. The media has lost all credibility because you do not try and portray the truth anymore.
One thing that stands in the...
Yes, people do lie, but the thing is, Andrew made it very easy for them to lie on him. Like, there was this one podcast he did where he just fully proclaimed to be a misogynist. I know what he meant when he said, I'm a misogynist. He meant, like, in this new age speak of any guy who is masculine and puts his foot down can be considered misogynist. If that's what you consider a misogynist, then that's what I am. That's what he meant it as. But like I said before, your haters are going to take things in the worst possible way. Like, you don't want to give them the soundbite of you literally proclaiming yourself to be a misogynist, and he didn't help himself at all.
The way of...
He did more harm than good with a lot of his podcasts, don't lie.
Truth, for example, is when we often do documentaries, we have full access to speak to...
It's like politics. Like, during President Trump's, or ex-President Trump's debates with Biden and Hillary, they will last for 1 hour, 2 hours. People are not going to watch the 2 hour debate, but what they're looking for is sound bites they can use to spread fraud in 24-hour news cycle. And now soundbite, despite, let's say, 90% of the debate you were good, you mess up once, that soundbite is what they'll play over and over and over again, until, once again, perception becomes reality. Now, you're a misogynist.
Anyone we want, no, but in this documentary, we've been very closely watched by the sartorial shooter, Alpha Wolf, picking who we can speak to, you know, monitoring the interview.
Sorry, I still can't get over the fucking name. This guy's name is Alpha Wolf. Are you mad or something? I don't understand.
What is it that you're worried that we're going to find out?
These questions are so low.
This is low. It's low. We let you in. We tried to take care of you, and you're sitting here and just attacking us for 3 hours, bro.
The world is asking these questions, and the viewers will be asking these questions.
It's a consistent leading question, a consistent narrative. Where's the question about the good he's doing for men? Well, there's a very clear narrative.
See, like I said before, when there was not talking, this is why you don't touch to a female subject, because you can talk about other things, about how you've helped men, all that stuff. They don't give a fuck. As long if you've ever spoken bad about the women's female gender as a whole, you're fucked. So don't touch it. They don't give a fuck about how he's helped men, or how he's lowered male suicide, how he's helped men with the confidence, or any of that shit. They don't give a fuck. They want to know why you made a TikTok video about you saying, choke your bitch, slap her, sit down, cook.
I need to leave.
In the days afterwards, Tate is banned from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, to the protest of his...
He was also banned on Airbnb as well.
Fans.
They have shut us down. This is warfare against the West.
For a moment, it seems the deplatforming has worked. But then, he reappears on Instagram with an emoji covering his face.
You're lost. You understand you're living inside of a mechanism which is designed to control you. You don't...
He moves to Dubai, converts to Islam, sets up a new bank entirely owned by him.
Personally, I prefer Usherbox to Tatebox, but still.
And rebrands the Hustlers University as
the new
real
world.
world.
Oh.
In the first month after being deplatformed, he made $11 million and got 250 million views on TikTok alone. Months later, Elon Musk reinstates his Twitter account and he gains 1 million followers in 24 hours.
Yeah, right now he's sitting on a 4.5 million followers on Twitter. When he got arrested, he grew by 1 million in 24 hours.
I have no criminal charges. There's no charges at all against me. I have not hurt any women. No women are coming forward saying Andrew hit me. Zero.
Andrew maintains that he has never abused a woman. But when we get back from Romania, we finally manage to speak to some women from his past.
A big thing that upset me a lot was everyone saying it's a character, it's a character, it's a character, when I know it's not.
To suddenly see him pop up on TikTok just made me really angry. Because people don't know what he's done.
Amelia began seeing Andrew in 2013. Due to fear of harassment from his fans, she is withholding her real name.
I always knew, even from back in the day, there was always things said bad about him. But when I'd seen him again in 2013, I thought, oh, all these rumours about him may be false because he's actually been really lovely. The first time I went around his house, because before it was like maybe 3-4 times we've gone on dates, we started to make out on the bed. Out of the blue, he literally just stopped what he was doing and just laid back. He said, I'm just contemplating whether I should rape you or not.
Bruh. What the fuck?
And I promise you, within an instant, he changed. He just jumped straight on top of me, grabbed my throat, started suffocating me, strangling me. The more I didn't want to, it made him so much more aggressive to the point where he was pinning me down, hurting me. The things he was saying to me, he was like, who do you belong to? Who do you belong to? And the more I couldn't say it, the more he'd hurt me. So I couldn't see an escape. And at that point, I just gave up. I just gave up. Then when it stopped, he went to the bathroom and acted as if it was normal. So I'm like, maybe I did. Did I want it? Did I not? I definitely said to him, please don't, and he told me, shut the fuck up. Definitely got strangled. I definitely didn't want it. Did he think I wanted it? And you look back, the psychological warfare you have with yourself is like you couldn't even imagine. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't understand it unless you've been through it. Can't even say the damn word.
Have you since come to terms with the notion that that may not have been consensual, that may have been...
I know for a fact it wasn't consensual.
But it's hard to use the word.
Even though I know technically it's true, that did happen, that is what happened to me, I still don't like vocalizing it.
Amelia's method of coping with the alleged rapes was to pretend to herself that it was a normal relationship.
The abuse wasn't consensual because he knew I didn't want it, which he confirms in multiple voice messages and texts to me.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking loved how much you hated it. Turned me on. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking pass out. And all the women I've ever slept with, not a single one has ever bitched or complained like you are bitching and complaining now.
Every few months, Andrew would send me on a different number a message to remind me of how dangerous he was.
I thought I'd remind you of the caliber of man I am. I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet.
Scare tactics to make sure I wouldn't go anywhere, go to the police, wouldn't report, would always be under his control.
I want to speak, but if I speak, I'll be in very big trouble, so I'm just gonna...
Control. It was always to remind me that he was there.
After 6 months, Amelia eventually left Andrew when she says she began to fear for her own life. In 2014, she also decided to report the incident to police, who logged it.
A year after, I got a phone call from a police officer from Hertfordshire Police. She said to me, we have 2 other girls that have come forward and said the exact same thing as you. Would you please be willing to come onto this investigation to make this case stronger And without any hesitation, I said yes. And I thought, well, if there's 2 other girls, I'm not alone now. I'm not alone.
One of those women was Sally. She was 20 when Andrew Tate approached her for webcam work. Due to fears of harassment from his fan base, she is also withholding her real name.
First night that I worked for him, Andrew bought me like 5 bottles of wine. So I got completely drunk because I'd never done webcam work. So I was very, very nervous.
All I'm gonna say is that he didn't pour the wine down your throat. You willingly chose to drink it. But anyways.
Then that night, we were just sitting on the bed and Andrew punched me in my...
It seems like she's omitting certain parts out of the story. Like, unless Andrew just randomly saw her sitting down and just punched her for no reason, like, feels like there's some parts of the story that's missing. Even then, if there were parts of the story missing, we don't condone violence against women here.
My arm. I went to the bathroom and cried. It really, really hurt to have someone just hit me in the arm for no reason. I was very confused. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to cry.
It's okay.
So then when I came out of the bathroom, he was super, super nice. Like, from what I remember, Andrew didn't have any alcohol at all. It was literally just me. That night we cuddled and we ended up having sex and I was really, really drunk.
I love how she reiterates that she was really, really drunk, so she's trying to blame the alcohol for her decisions and sort of trying to insinuate that he took advantage. But once again, you're a grown adult, and how do you go from someone punching you to you having sex with them? I don't understand. Punching you to the point that you literally locked yourself in the bathroom and started crying. But if I speak,
That was my first night. Then it was kind of like
I'm gonna be honest with you. The first girl sounded more believable than this one. I had sympathy for the first girl. This one, she tried that one out.
every single night I would work.
Were there any other instances where there was physical abuse?
He used to strangle us as well. There was another time when he came into the bedroom, me and the other girl, we would sleep in the same bed with Andrew, but at this time the girl had a partner, so she was not interested in Andrew at all. And I had gone to the shower, I came back and I noticed he was, I saw him raping her. And when he threatened to beat me up in the bathroom and he said, "Oh, I don't give a fuck if you call the police, I'm going to beat the shit out of you." That's kind of when I knew, I had to get out of there. I stopped working for Andrew about March, April time, and I went to the police shortly after that. Nothing was done, really. The other girl that he had raped, she went to the police, and then that's when they arrested him and took him into custody for like 2 days. When Andrew was arrested, we were taken in for a proper interview, and it kind of just got left. I would send emails asking them to update. I'd hear nothing back.
When we reached out to Hertfordshire Police about this, they had this to say. We acknowledge that there were some delays to the investigation. This was addressed at the time and apologies were made. The decision to prosecute based on the police's evidence would be up to the Crown Prosecution Service.
Unfortunately, they turned around and just said, "Oh, we can't continue this case anymore. It's just insufficient evidence."
You witnessed the rape occurring. Did that not count as...
Very touchy subject, so I'm just gonna say, say you saw someone get G'd isn't sufficient evidence, because if it was, then I can just find anyone who I hated and just accuse them of that, and there you go. They've been arrested and their life is ruined. We live in a world where it's innocent until you're proven guilty. So sometimes guilty people get left out on the streets, allowed to walk about, because they believe in that one innocent person being put in prison is worse than a guilty person being allowed out. So I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Evidence for them?
No. They openly said it's really, really difficult to prove rape. Very difficult.
The Crown Prosecution Service said, in this case, we carefully reviewed all the evidence provided by the police regarding each complainant and concluded it did not meet our legal test and there was no realistic prospect of a conviction. In the UK, only 1 in 100 reported rapes result in a charge.
All I'm saying is, if 3 separate women came and accused you of R-word and none of them had enough credible evidence, then I'm not saying the line, but come on, three people and none of them have enough credible evidence.
Let alone a conviction.
But yeah, it is very difficult to prove that happened, unless you go unless you as soon as it happened, you run straight to the police. You have bruises on you. The guy's semen or pubic hair or any sort of DNA is still on him. If you wait weeks or months or even years, then the odds of that person being persecuted are pretty much zero, unless it's like CCTV cameras around there. Even though the R word is very traumatizing, if you go through it, you pretty much owe it to yourself and any potential victim in the future that a guy will traumatize to go straight to the police. I know it's not easy, but still, if you want a person to face justice, that you have to go straight there.
In a statement issued via his lawyer in Romania, Tate denied the assault or rape. He said, "They wanted money because I fired them. The police understood after the investigation that I am innocent, and the police found messages from the girls' phones where they were talking between themselves and planning to lie about me."
I want to say this is completely unrelated to Tate, but this is something similar to what he just said. There's this footballer, I can't remember his name, but it doesn't really matter. He got accused by 5 or 6 different women about rape, and essentially during the court case proceedings they found WhatsApp messages between the girls who accused him, essentially planning on lying on him so they can get money out of him. I'm not saying that's what happened to Tate. Eventually the guy ended up 5 of the charges he won. One of them has to go back to retrial because they couldn't enough evidence, like the jury could have come to a conclusion, so he has to go back to trial for that one more charge. But all I'm saying is, maybe that's what happened to Tate, or maybe not, but who knows. But the fact that this happened in 2013 and the UK government or police didn't prosecute makes me want to say I believe him. But then again, like I said, rape is very hard to prove, so who knows?
Sally said the CPS sent a letter saying that one of the reasons they didn't charge Tate was because they found voice notes on our phones where we talked about whether we should tell the police that he gave us alcohol. We were talking about it because that is what happened. He used to get us drunk.
They clearly didn't think a text from a man to a woman saying, "I love raping you." I know.
I don't understand what these text messages are supposed to prove. It says, you agree to my rape, control, and all I do to you. Good. If I consent to it, it's not rape. Isn't her just essentially just give a consent? It seems like Andrew just a very freaky, fucked up guy in the head, which still don't do. But if she's given a consent, then I understand how this is rape.
So what I do to you is abusive and controlling. So CPS, apparently, that's not enough.
I know I'm biased.
They clearly didn't.
If I was the police and saw this, then yeah, that definitely isn't enough evidence to prosecute, especially when you're saying, especially when you're saying,
from a man to a woman saying, "I love raping you."
If I consent, it's not rape. That kind of, if this part wasn't added, then yeah, he'd be fucked. But that kind of ruins your allegations, whether you intended for that to be the case or not.
I know what I do to you is abusive and controlling. So see,
this doesn't mean saying she did it. She's lying. I mean, just me saying that kind of ended up ruined her story.
Yes, apparently that's not enough. I did the bravest thing I think I ever done in my life, which was hell. 4 years of absolute hell, going through investigation without anyone knowing, and basically to do it alone was all a waste.
Despite repeated requests, Tate's lawyer did not provide a response to Amelia's allegations. The Romanian investigation into Andrew Tate and his brother finally led to an arrest on the 29th of December.
The Matrix has attacked me.
Police accused them of using the Loverboy method to traffic at least 6 women into a Romania-based webcam sex business. But we now know similar allegations have dogged Tate for years. His followers are obsessed with the idea that the Matrix is conspiring against him. But if anyone in this story is the victim of a conspiracy...
Well, that's the thing, is we live in a society where it's innocent until proven guilty. These are just allegations at the end of the day. And you would hope, people would hope these allegations aren't true, because if they were true, then that means women were trafficked and raped. So I'm hoping that isn't the case. That isn't the case.
Is it the multi-millionaire celebrity? Or is it the women who claim they were abandoned by the system?
You know, you see all these young men talking about how he's such a great guy and he's their idol and stuff, and that's so difficult to see. There are better role models out there. Don't be fooled by all the money and the nice cars and all the women. Working on yourself and becoming a better man and better mindset, yeah, but real men don't lay their hands on women.
If you're in here, you need someone to talk to about this, I guess this is the end of this is the end of the documentary, guys. Even though it's fuck Vice, like very much fuck Vice, I can't lie, that was a pretty decent documentary. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. What do I personally think of the documentary? Like I said, as a fan of Andrew Tate, who's seen multiple clips of they've used out of context to make him look bad, I can put the missing context and say, yo, this isn't as bad as try to make it to see. But if you're someone who's never watched Andrew Tate before, who doesn't know the context of those clips or when they came from and how he plays his character, then yeah, this is a very incriminating documentary. That just me talking about Andrew Tate's part. I'm not even talking about the end where the female was coming and talking about the alleged experience of them getting raped by him. So yeah, this is very incriminating, and even worse is that he's not out and about to refute this documentary. He's in prison right now, so which makes him look even way worse. So yeah, Vice really capitalized on this opportunity. So yeah, good job to them. I'm pretty sure they made quite a bit of money on this. And also, just to make it quick before I end up ending the stream, the creator of this documentary is receiving death threats. Yeah. Matt Shea. Here are some of the death threats I get daily from Andrew Tate fans. Seem like a very chill bunch of guys. Definitely nothing unhealthy going on with the kind of masculinity on display here. So yeah, he's pretty much trying to frame the whole toxic masculinity thing. The thing is, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've been using the internet since I was like 10. I've received more death threats than this. Like, if you use the internet, you're gonna get death threats. But anyway, death threats still are a no. Let's read some of them. Just delete all the videos of Andrew and Tristan soon. You get killed. Watch, motherfucker, son of a bitch. Screen once. Oh, never mind. You little weasel. You better have a security guard. You're gonna get smoked like your master. You fucking snake. If I catch you in England, I will strangle you. Your ratty neck till you're blue in the face. You fucking two-faced fucker. Yeah, these are very unstable, man. See, this is what I said when I said if you're selling a course about pimping girls with guys like these, it's not gonna end well because it's just too unstable. That's why Tate ended up pretty much axing that part of his income stream. But let's read some of the comments. That's not masculinity, it's online haters. Wait, is this? I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is Tate's manager. Regardless of the threats or discussion that I've tweeted and spoken in spaces about the fact that Tate preaches professionalism with no proof of this terrible behavior. If there's anything I can do, let me know. So this is Tate manager essentially extending an olive branch even after the fact that Dave Vice and this guy has deceptively made him look way worse than they actually are. So that's him. So that pretty good, guys, or at least good at PR, smart enough to know how PR works. So, time to close the stream. So what do I think of all of this? What do I think Andrew Tate did it? And is he gonna get out of jail? In terms of Andrew Tate getting out of jail, he will get out of jail eventually. Simply has too many resources, and like I said earlier, he hasn't been charging anything. If the remaining government can't find any substance for the allegations, they have to let him out, or they're gonna find something else to stick him on. That's the thing about being rich. If you're rich, more than likely you made some of the money, not all of it, but some of the money in nefarious and the illegal ways, and they can dig deep, and I mean deep, to find something that you did wrong. Like maybe there's an I you didn't dot, a T you didn't cross. They can find it, and they will stick that on you as a reason why they're trying to arrest you. If they don't get Tate on the grave allegations, they'll get him on something else because they want this guy out of here. They don't want him around anymore. So do I think Tate will get out? Yes, eventually, but will he get out smelling like a bag of roses? Will he still have the same level of love that he had before? Because before, when Tate got cancelled and he reappeared back on social media, he was doing pretty much a tour of podcasts, going pretty much every single podcast that allowed him on, and pretty much all of them allowed him on, because Tate is just a lightning rod for views. Why do you think I'm covering him? And he was gaining a lot of fans back. He was getting loads of views. TikTok pretty much shadow banned him, but still, views upon views, which means fans upon fans upon fans. And now, who knows? Will he still be treated with that level of love? Will those same podcasts allow him on now, with his allegations and his Vice documentary out? I don't know. I really can't tell you. All I know is I fucking look good. Jesus Christ! Look at the background. Look at the fucking beard. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye.